We're here at the May Stringer Museum in downtown Brooksville. You may have seen that on the Mermaid Trail video. If you didn't, be sure to check out the link in the description. We're gonna go in here because we're gonna find out how haunted this place actually is. They have haunted tours and they have tons of great things that go on throughout the year. So let's go in and check it out. So here we're inside with one of the house docents, Cheyenne, to get a little bit more of understanding of what this house has and if it's really haunted. So Cheyenne, if you would, please maybe explain a little bit about the house and some of the history.
Well, the house was built in two different portions. It was built originally in the 1850s, and that's why it's called May Stringer. May is for the first builder and Stringer is for the second builder. The second edition was added on in the 1880s. So a lot of history, a lot of people live in this house, and a lot of history has happened in this house. What I love about this house is that we are entirely run by volunteers. I'm a docent here, and a docent's basically a old-timey word for tour guide. Okay. So I guide our guests through the house during the day and tell them all about the history of the house, and as well as our artifact collection. We have 11,000 artifacts in the house.
Wow, that's amazing. Especially down here in a small town of downtown Brooksville.
And everything you see in this house was donated by people from our community. We bought nothing with our own money. It was stuff that when the association was getting the house in the 1980s, when we opened up as a museum, the community loved that, and a lot of the things that you'll see in this house were just donated from people here.
And that just sounds about like the type of Brooksville people that you get, right? People love this town and they love the history of this town. So that's a great little interesting tidbit of information that I didn't know. So if you would maybe kind of explain the main theme of the property, right? So obviously everyone says it's haunted, but who was Mr. Stringer, right? And what did this house consist of, through those years?
So it started with John May. When John May built the house, it was just a 4-room little shack of sorts, and he was a contractor, and he passed away from tuberculosis, and then eventually down the line Dr. Stringer came. Dr. Stringer added on the rest of the house that we'll go through, and he was a doctor and he actually practiced in the house. He practiced in the house, and then when his son became a doctor, he practiced in the house. So it was a doctor's office and actively used for a good while.
Yeah, that's what I remember as a kid when we came here, was seeing the fact that there was doctor's equipment everywhere, and it was old doctor's equipment. It wasn't anything that I ever saw in one of my doctor's visits. So maybe explain why it's got its haunted nature and maybe some of the patients that were here.
Oh, it probably has haunted nature for a variety of reasons. We have had supposedly a lot of deaths in the house between John May, his wife, their daughter, and also other residents who have come to the house. As for Dr. Stringer's patients, we're not for sure what they could have gone through and if there were extreme accidents that happened here. But we also believe that some of our hauntings come from items that have been donated to us and that have stuck with our items, and now they're stuck here.
Well, that's cool. We're going to take a little tour of the space so that way we can feel what it's all about, and then we're going to meet you all upstairs. There's an honor to service people?
Well, actually, a lot of the uniforms and items that you'll see donated were actually people who were from Brooksville.
Wow.
These pictures are from 2 gentlemen who were the grandfather of a docent, and we do have an active docent right now, and that is her husband's uniform in his picture.
Wow, that's cool.
But it definitely is to honor our soldiers.
Yeah, here from Brooksville, and being a Marine that graduated from Hernando High and went off to the Marine Corps, and now just coming back, this is really cool to see and experience some of the history that you have in here. So yeah, definitely cool. And I see Second Lieutenant Ernest E. Weaver. So Mr. Weaver, I've heard of that name in Brooksville for a long time, so it's just cool to see that he's got his uniform up there as well.
I do love when people come through the house and they see names that they recognize or that they relate to, and they're like, oh, that was my so-and-so. And I was like, I love that connection, that you can come to a place and have that relation to it. I feel like it's unique, and it really makes people interested in our ancestors and where we came from and where we can go.
Agreed, 100% on that. So this would have been his office space?
Yes, this was his office space. The cool thing about it is that we have the pocket doors.
Yep.
He added the pocket doors because he wanted to be able to separate his family life from his business life.
Okay.
So basically, the front door that we came in, his patients would come in the front door, wait in the waiting room of sorts, come down this hallway, they would be seen in this room, and they would exit right out the exit door.
Oh, okay, I was wondering what that was for. So that's just the exit door, got it.
Now, when the association opened the house up as a museum in the 1980s, there was nothing left in the house. Like everything you see, none of it's original technically to the house.
Okay.
There's only one original item that has been here this whole time, and that is the exit sign.
Oh, wow.
The brass exit sign on the door. That is Dr. Stringer's exit sign.
That's cool.
Now, these stained glass windows are the original windows that Dr. Stringer added to his balcony. We did fix them up at one point. They were a little broken, but those are the originals.
Nice. So we're upstairs now, and as you can see, this room, the energy felt different as soon as we walked in. So Cheyenne's gonna kind of explain why that is.
So now we are standing in John May's children's bedroom. Next door would be John May's master bedroom, where him and his wife slept. Now, it's quite possible it's believed that Marina gave birth in this room to her daughter Jessie May, and because Marina died because of childbirth complications, it's most likely that she died in this room.
Oh, wow.
And because Jessie May died as a young girl, as a little toddler, she also probably died in this room. We have a lot of people that have immense feelings when they walk in here.
Yeah, I mean, downstairs you felt light, you felt excited. There was a lot of, it felt good.
And a lot of death happened in here. So.
Yeah. It's definitely felt that way when I walked into the room, and then you just look at like how the wallpaper and everything else is kind of the way that it is.
I know. We're actually in the process of trying to remove the wallpaper. We really want to take the wallpaper off and do a nice clean coat of paint on the walls because of all of our foundation issues and the structure issues that we have with the cracking everywhere. We are trying to repair everything, and that's what all of our money goes to. It goes to the repair of the house, and as you can see, we've kind of hit a stopping point, but hopefully we can get this room done next.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to, with if you guys need funding and stuff. Don't you get stuff from the state?
I am honestly not aware.
Okay.
I don't handle that, so I can't say yes or no.
You get to do the fun stuff, all the tours and all that good stuff. That's good. So we're in the communications room now, and Cheyenne's going to explain a little bit about some of the events that the May Stringer House hosts throughout the year.
So not only are we considered a haunted house on a regular basis, but we do open up as a haunted house for our visitors to come and go through. 2 nights, 2 weekends in October, we have our Ghost Fest. And all the volunteers here, we work together to transform our beautiful house into a scary haunted house.
And I have to tell you, as a kid, I remember coming here and going through the haunted house, and I still remember being scared out of my mind when I left out of here. So if you're into haunted houses, you got to definitely come check it out. And then maybe explain a little bit what you guys do for the Christmas time, a little bit more lighthearted at that time.
And definitely, if you don't like Christmas time, I don't like Halloween time. If you don't like Halloween time, we definitely have a lot of fun during Christmas. We invite businesses to come to the house and decorate a room on their own, and they can advertise wherever they want, and then it's usually really beautiful. Everyone has different ideas in different creative ways. Then we open up the house one evening during Christmas, and all the guests get to come through, see the beautiful decorations. Us docents, we dress up in period clothing, and it's just a unique experience.
Yeah, it's probably a really cool house that you have Christmas in. I've never got to experience it, so I'm gonna definitely come out and take you up on that.
Santa Claus will be here too.
Oh yeah? Oh, that'll be great. Well, we appreciate you and the staff here letting us come and check out the beautiful home that you guys get to work in every single day, or whenever you're volunteering, and helping preserve something that's historic not only in Brooksville but in our state. So thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
The reason we show off the attic the most is because what you're looking at right here, these are called shakes. A lot of people know them as shingles, but we're called shakes, and these are the original to the house from the 1880s.
Wow. And you guys just put a roof over top of it?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
To preserve it as best we can. The attic goes all the way down this way, and it goes all the way down this way.
Wow.
But
this like goes forever. Yeah. Nice. Baby doll.
That's nice.
I know, and all the toys. Basically, we use an attic like anybody else uses an attic. It's our overflow and storage. At one point, you can't even get in here. I remember I used to be a kid, and I used to come up here and play with the cash register all the time.
What's up with this George Washington photo?
I'm not gonna lie, I cannot tell you. I don't know. Like I said, we use it as storage, so whenever our curator gets things donated, we have to put it somewhere until she can catalog it and put it on display.
Oh, okay.